Is this running? Are the pictures running on a loop?
Yeah, they're going to be running on a big loop.
Alright.
It's also on random, so they'll pop up whenever they feel like it. Can you hear anything coming from that, or? Oh, well, see if you have anything working for that. I'm gonna just refresh the whole page here and see if I can't get something going on here, because this is just arsenine right here. We should see something in the background at least. Rebel Vanity did pop a message in though. Hey, everybody!
Everybody in the house!
Everybody in the house, count chicken! So once this actually goes up, we'll see what's going on, but YouTube's not retaining enough video output low, huh?
Yeah, I have my volume turned all the way up. I'm not getting any audio.
Let's see if this works here. Oh yeah, order, position, and size, center, hit the screen. There we go. So yeah, let's just try this as well. Shift escape, I believe it is. No, control escape. No, in here, control escape. No, in here, shift escape. There we go. Okay, let's try getting rid of all this real quick. Okay, we're gonna freeze up for about 2 seconds, folks. Give us a second. This is just like, this is already starting off like, you ever start something and you just have like everything possibly go wrong at once?
Yes.
That's what we're having right now.
I have a message on mine saying live stream offline.
Live stream offline, huh? This is really actually coming up pretty disappointing right now. We should be live streaming this, but I don't see anything. I do see your message though.
Yeah.
I see your message of Rebel Vanity. Hello, everybody. Video output. This YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain. What do you mean it's not using enough video to maintain? Ooh, hang on. Let me check something else out. Check something scary out here. Start talking, sub. I gotta check something terrifying out over here.
Well, for anyone that watches my stream on Subliminal Games, the reason I haven't been doing any of my Brawlhalla tournaments, by the way, is because, well, I had to find a place to move, so I can't exactly dish out money for a reward for the championships, if anyone's wondering. I'm also going to do a stream later on to explain what's going on with that as well, the same way, because, well, I gotta have money in order to move, so...
Okay, you can, so we're actually in now. So yeah, so Subliminal will be dealing with that in a later date, and I'm sorry to hear that, buddy, but, you know,
yeah.
You'll tell them, everyone will understand better on your channel, seeing it's going to be bigger than ours sooner or later.
You're funny.
Dude, it's less than a year, you have 40 subscribers. I don't want to hear
45.
crap. Shut up. Making me feel worse. I see how it is.
I have 3. Make you feel better.
Anyway, so what tonight's live stream is going to be about, it's going to be about the past, nostalgia to be exact. And that's actually because of a certain magazine that we got earlier from Game Informer, which telling us the top 300 video games of all time. Of course, number 1 being The Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past for the Super Nintendo, and the second one being Super Mario 3. Third being Tetris, and then fourth somehow being...
GTA 5?
GTA 5.
Hold on.
Now, when I think of all time, I think of games with a nostalgic feeling to them. That made me start thinking about movies and such, you know? Yeah, Sub's actually going through right now. What is it? Yeah, GTA 5. Yep, that was there. And then what else we have? World of Warcraft, I agreed with. Final Fantasy 6, I agreed with. And then what?
I'm sorry, I'm horrible with books.
And then
it's been a long time since I had my Nintendo Power book.
But then at number 7, Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare, which was one of the worst in my opinion. At number 8 came in Red Dead Redemption, great game. 9 came Elder Scrolls Skyrim, I wouldn't have put it there. And with number 10 being Witcher 3, Wild Hunt.
Never played it, so you know I can't have any opinion on it.
Well, you could have an opinion, but it would just be you saying things. Now, the big deal is the fact that, yes, I will give credit that these were good games, but not all of them are what I would consider the greatest games of all time. But then again, I started thinking, well, what about movies? What about the existence of anime and such? I mean, I grew up watching things like the original Dragon Ball and Inuyasha and Yu Yu Hakusho. These were great animes back in the day, but maybe kind of forgotten about nowadays when you have things like Attack on Titan, which sucks. One Punch Man, which I can't wait for the season of.
Still waiting.
Yep, still waiting. Monster Musume, which is basically Oh, geez, hang on a second. Someone's messaging me when they're not supposed to be messaging me. I just love that. You know, hey, I set up that I have a live stream, and suddenly everybody and their freaking grandmother wants to talk to me.
What the comments are for.
Yeah, well, that's not even for that. You know, this is a non-comment moment right here.
Oh.
You know, something that doesn't need to be brought up immediately.
Exactly. Okay.
Now, anyways, so, you know, we're just going to start talking about some older movies and TV shows and everything we saw. We're just going to basically complain for a little while like we did last week. Now, just to give you guys a heads up, though, next weekend, this will not be what's going on. We will not have a moment where we're just complaining. Instead, next week, we actually have a very big project going on amongst all the group members who actually want to be part of it. And that's to talk about... Why are you trying to pull out your hair, Sub?
It was a knot.
And you know, no, I saw you doing it.
It was a knot! But go on! Come on! They can't see me pull my hair.
We're going to make up our own Hearthstone decks from the video game Hearthstone with our own character ideas. And we're going to work from there. But, like I said, that's next week. That's not this week. So, let's start this off by some of the original TV shows that I grew up watching. And well, I remember I grew up watching shows like Home Improvement.
Home Improvement was good.
You know what
for
I
the
liked?
most part.
You know what I liked about it most, though? Because they never got it finished, and I always wanted them to. You remember The Man's Kitchen?
Yes!
The Man's Bathroom? The Man's Bedroom? I wanted to make an entire series of it. I wanted to see The Man's Basement.
Uh-huh.
I wanted the man's living room.
Yep.
Because when I was younger, I always said to myself, if I won the lottery, that's what I want my house to have in it. Of course, now that I'm older, I realize that would be a death trap, and I don't want any of that in my house. But I always wondered how they would finish it, you know? Other shows that I remember growing up, Family Matters with Steve Urkel.
Did I do that?
Oh, I freaking loved that show. The original Power Rangers.
Gotta go with the originals, yo.
Hong Kong Phooey, of course.
Hong Kong Phooey.
Number one super guy. It was Guy. Super Guy.
Super guy?
Number one super guy.
Oh, no shit.
We gotta remember that in Hong Kong Phooey's world, there weren't humans. I mean, there were humans, but there were anthropomorphic animals and everything with them.
Right.
So he was just a guy.
Secret Squirrel.
Secret Squirrel. No, just to go back to Hong Kong Phooey, I want you guys to realize the Hong Kong Phooey is a cartoon series, but in that cartoon series, people of different colors and races got along just perfectly.
Be nice in the real world.
Yeah. I mean, one of them was a crime-fighting dog.
I mean, I wouldn't mind having his car, though. Transforms and everything.
What are you talking about? You want Inspector Gadget's car.
No, I want his car.
Why?
Because it was like, it's kind of like a...
Sub's dead. Dead in the water. Moving on.
It's like a Flintstone car that transforms.
You could do that with Go Gadget.
Yeah.
Go Gadget, and then insert noun here. Remember, it was like Go Gadget. It could be Go Gadget jet, submarine, scuba gear. It could turn into it.
I guess.
I mean, try to imagine how much energy he had running through his body in order to do all that stuff. Go Gadget arms, and they would stretch for miles. Go Gadget legs. Go Gadget flamethrower. I mean, think about that. That's some terrifying stuff, right?
Most of the time, it's screwed up.
Well, that's because he was an idiot.
Oh, yeah.
Put your brain in Gadget's body. Are you going to be a hero, or are you going to be a villain?
Villain!
Exactly. That's why it didn't work. Oh, man. I also remember, like, here's a show that I always loved when I was growing up. Dexter's Laboratory.
To all those that have seen the banned episode Rude Removal, please leave a comment.
Dee Dee! You idiot!
Don't put it... No, that's...
No, because Dexter called her an idiot, too.
Yeah, but that wasn't the voice that he used. That was someone else. That was,
You're thinking Ren Hoek from Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
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 That's because I can't do Dexter's accent. I can't do it. I've tried. Because whenever I say it, I come out like Ren Hoek. So it's like, Dee Dee! No, Dee Dee! I can't do it, see? I don't have the ability to do that.
Dee Dee.
However, cool. I like washing beers and butthead. That's cool. Boobs.
Have you ever gotten to the top of the mountain? I have.
Oh, man. Other shows I remember fondly. Like, okay, a lot of you may never have saw it, but I really, really, really enjoyed this show called Supermarket Sweep.
I loved that show.
Here's what ruled about Supermarket Sweep. Nobody lost. You got to keep everything you shop for in the supermarket.
Just that the
the winner got to go around and do an unlimited drive-by.
Right.
Every other person got to collect everything that was on the show.
Before I forget, anyone that knows this reference, please leave a comment as well what show name it is. Big bucks, no whammies.
$1 Million Pyramid. Anyway.
No, that's not it.
Are you sure? Because that's what the whammies were on.
No.
No.
Weren't they?
No.
Oh, Cody!
$1 Million Pyramid was a pyramid, and you basically had to give clues, and the guy had to guess the right answer.
Yeah. Well, anyways.
Or chain reaction.
Then there was, I can't remember what the one with the mall was.
Oh.
Shop till you drop.
Shop Till You Drop. That was another great one. I liked that one. When Bob Barker was actually alive.
Price is Right.
The Price is Right. I'm sorry, Drew Carey. And who came after Drew Carey?
I stopped watching after Drew Carey.
Okay, because now there's another person. Anyways, what else? Family Feud.
Family Feud.
Um,
Chain Reaction.
oh, how about this? Kevin Sorbo's Hercules.
That was pretty good.
Or Briscoe County Jr. With Ash from Evil Dead.
What's the name of that one?
I don't know. That's why you gotta be more specific.
No, it
Babe.
came on either before or after Hercules.
Babe, we don't.
What is it? Xena Warrior Princess? You, like I said, you can't just go, what was that? And then just freeze and expect me to know what you're talking about.
And also say which show it was before or after.
I'm not psychic.
We're not a TV guide here.
When I was growing up, I used to watch this one show. I used to come home from school when I was 5. I was real young. Yes, at one time I was young, folks. Don't let anyone else believe you. I'm not
It's
lying.
a lie!
Shut up. And I used to come home, and just as I was getting home, this one show called Lamb Chops would be ending. But after it was Wishbone.
Wishbone.
What's the story, Wishbone?
Wasn't Reading Rainbow after that?
Rainbow came after that. Yes, it did.
And then Arthur.
Arthur came on after that. Yep. We all grew up watching the PBS channel. We all did.
Yeah.
Anyone remember,
No, we don't, because you gotta be more specific.
it's either Pappy Drew It or something like that?
The Red Green Show? That was an awesome show.
That's what it was called?
No, it wasn't. I'm just throwing out an idea.
It was about this. He made art fun for kids.
The only person I ever watched who made art good, it was...
Pappy's Land. That's what it's called. It was on
if you
PBS.
say so, I don't remember that. I do remember watching that one artist who was always like...
Hello, I'm your neighbor.
No, well, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood rocked.
Oh,
yeah? I'm talking about... I'm just going to put a little bush right here. That'll be our little secret.
Oh, Bob.
Bob Barker! No.
No, not Bob Barker.
Dang it! That's my bad! I call that one.
No, it was
Bob Ross!
Yes.
Oh, Bob Ross. What an amazing guy.
He's come back into fame with memes and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah! Especially with the Deadpool meme.
Yes.
We're just gonna spank that out. Just slap that out. Dear God, I'm tripping on shrooms. Speaking about tripping on shrooms, anyone remember the original Super Mario Brothers TV show?
Yes.
We're the Mario Brothers and Pumpkin's our game. Why not? I loved that
They
series.
have it on Netflix.
Oh, I loved it. I watched every episode, including when they went to Super Mario World.
It was okay, but not as good as Mucha Lucha.
Lucha Rock. No, just because it popped up, you little cheating bastard. Mucha Lucha was probably one of my favorite shows after I hit the teenage years. Because I always had a thing for luchadors. I've told people this before, but I always had a thing for luchadors. They were awesome. Darkwing Duck and DuckTales. What about Tailspin?
Yeah.
Tailspin was okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
Tailspin was good.
Yeah.
You can't lie about that. Tailspin was good.
Wasn't Alvin and Chipmunks?
Alvin-
Chippendale.
Chippendale Rescue Rangers?
Yes.
I remember that one.
Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
I remember. We're member bearers right now. I remember.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Now, of course, I also grew up with my mother watching a lot of TV shows when I would be sitting around the dinner table. So I grew up watching The Waltons,
Yep.
Little House on the Prairie.
I just remembered what my first horror movie was. Scream.
That was your first horror movie?
Yeah.
You poor
I
bastard.
beat you. My first horror movie was the first Jason movies.
Babe, this was when I was pretty sure that was my first horror movie.
Child's Play was my first. My parents regretted me watching it. There was a...
I'm Chucky.
I'm not gonna lie, there was a short time in my life, folks, I can remember this, where I would do running jumps onto my bed so I wouldn't have to go near it underneath of it. I was afraid of it. In fact, there were times where I thought of just...
It was actually the first movie that got me scared, and that was because I didn't get to finish the movie. They stopped it right when they turned into adults. And I ended up having a nightmare about being stuffed into a washer for some reason. Or a dishwasher.
You have the most interesting stories, son. We need to do a live...
The first movie that gave me nightmares was Twister.
No.
Oh,
The cow.
The first movie to ever give me nightmares was called The Never-Ending Story. And it's because that wolf thing, the darkness, scared the bejesus out of me when I was a kid. Because it was that terrifying looking at it when I was a kid. Nowadays I look at it and go, I probably would have kicked that thing square in the jaw if it would have jumped at me. But back in that time, oh, was that scary. And I know it was just a puppet. But wow, was that a scary puppet. Ed, and Eddie?
How about Fear? You ever played a game Fear for PlayStation?
Shut up! No, I did not play Fear for PlayStation. I played Fear for the actual system.
Wait. Not Fear, but Fear... Was it Fear Factor or something like that?
You mean Fear Effect?
Fear Effect, that's it!
Oh, yeah, I played that. I thought you were talking about First Encounter and Response Fear for the PC, where it belongs.
Yes.
You know, that kind of good games.
Tekken!
I also grew up playing a lot of video games like Mech Commander, Mech Warrior. I played Armored Core, Zoids. You remember Zoids, not just the anime, but Zoids, the video game?
Yeah, I played it.
I love that game. Oh, that's why I'm asking if you remember.
Of course I do!
This whole thing is just about people remembering. We're not even 20 minutes in.
We're not even 20 minutes in, and
Yeah,
we didn't even really mention any of the shows that we actually, looked up. Like,
What are you talking about?
pictures.
I've been mentioning them as they've been popping up.
You lying!
I keep looking out my eye, like Tekken.
I already mentioned Tekken.
Yeah.
I beat you to the punch.
Yeah, well, like I said, there's Tekken, Resident Evil, not the movie,
The game!
where it was actually good. Not the...
Where you had to beat the game in how many minutes in order to get the secret weapon? What was it, like?
I think it was like you had to win in under an hour or something like that.
Yeah, it was something almost damn near impossible. Kind of like the Metroid game where you beat it and you, in a certain amount of time, and you got the, what everyone considered the naked Samus, but it was really her in a bikini.
Hey, listen, the best thing about that game was it was a first. It was the very first game where a female protagonist existed. Not only that, but they didn't spoil it. They didn't spoil it at all. They didn't say anything in the guide about it. They just said the name was Samus Aran. And back then, if you thought of the name Samus...
So it was usually a guy's name.
Or something like that, because you see this big, bulking, armored suit running through, shooting things, and you're like, oh, this dude's awesome. And then at the end of the game, now, of course, when I first played it, I didn't get the special ending, but where she takes off her helmet and just whips her hair in the air, I'm like, this is, and will always be, the most badass character of all time!
Mm-hmm.
And she is. To this day, if you guys want to take a look at my top 10 badasses list, she's there. Number one. She'll never be moved.
Of course she's a fucking badass.
The original Tomb Raider game for the PlayStation.
That was kind of...
That was pretty
The
fun.
graphics, looking back on it, the graphics kind of suck.
But you gotta remember that at that time,
Those
those were
awesome.
amazing. The whole being able to flip around and having unlimited ammo with your pistols. Oh, man.
Able to get your butler
square
stuck
moves?
in the room.
No, they weren't square. This one, they were hexagonal.
Yeah.
They had points.
Watch out, it might poke your eye out!
Yeah. In theory, they were more dangerous than the actual firearms she's carrying. If she ran too quickly and swung, she could cut diamonds with those suckers. You gotta remember that when PlayStation first came out, it was a revolutionary thing.
What was the Kiss game on PlayStation?
Kiss Psycho Circus?
Is that the one where they're rescuing band members or something?
Yes, Kiss Psycho Circus.
I remember playing that. Oh, Road Rash!
Oh,
God,
jeez,
I
for
for-
Sega.
How did I forget about Road Rash?
The same way you forgot about things when we talked about the top 10 video game list,
Oh, yeah.
and you sprouted them out in under 30 seconds and then started double-checking yourself. Yep.
Yes.
How about when Jim Carrey actually meant something?
How about when Jim Carrey was funny?
That's pushing it.
I remember when he actually did good roles.
You know, not when he was an anti-NRA member that he is now. Oh man, yeah. Jim Carrey made a lot of good movies. I remember them. That's Parasite Eve. That's one of my favorite video games of all time, right there.
Isn't that like a detective game or something like that?
No, it's a horror survival game.
Oh, yeah.
She's going through shooting freaking zombie rat or mutated rats and alligators and stuff. It's pretty awesome. I'll have you play it one day. Do a live stream of it.
Oh, okay.
No, just kidding. We'll have you do an entire series. As soon as you catch up with the other series that you owe me.
Hey, listen. I will, because... Yeah, I will.
Now, here's one for you, folks. Back in the day, there was this one game, there was one TV show that was called Guts. It was like a a sporting show on Nickelodeon where they went through all these obstacle courses and stuff like that to finally be able to climb up the Aggro Crag. Which, looking back at it now, when I actually went to go see it, I actually got to see the actual Aggro Crag in size. And it's not just because I'm over 6 foot, folks, but it looked really damn small.
It was.
Like, I could have climbed that. I could have climbed that in a few seconds. It's not big.
They made it seem like it was.
Because, yeah, on the TV show, you know, they had the cameras pulled back and at weird angles. So this thing looked like it was like 50 feet tall. It's like...
It's all hype.
It's like 25 foot. It's like, okay, I'm up.
Let's talk about Troll.
Why? It was a horrible movie.
But it was funny!
Now, we're not talking Troll, the animated movie that just came out. We're talking about Troll and Troll 2, which, by the way, had nothing to do with Troll 1.
Yeah, I know. Ain't it funny how Troll 2 had nothing to do with Troll 1?
In fact, it didn't even have trolls. It was goblins.
Yeah.
It wasn't even trolls. And they had different weaknesses and different characters, and it was just stupid. But yeah, I remember that horror movie. Like I said, I grew up with that kind of stuff.
More of a horror
What
comedy.
about the Leprechaun horror movies?
You know what? Here's the thing I have to say about leprechauns. Besides Happy St. Patty's Day, which is passed by. Sorry, Happy St. Patrick's Day, where I'll get yelled at. He's actually a real easy villain to deal with.
Yep.
You have a piece of his gold, just give it back to him. He's not going to kill you.
As long as you give it back.
In fact, if you're like, dude, I didn't even know it was stolen. Here, take it. He'd probably even help you. I know he's a vindictive monster, but he just wants his gold back.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Michael Myers. You know how you avoid Michael Myers? Stay away from his family. That's it. He's trying to kill his family off. Stay away from them.
I never thought of that.
How do you avoid Jason?
You walk backwards slowly until you reach a full area full of more people. When he starts killing them, then you run.
Good tactic.
Yeah, seriously. Or you could just look at Jason X and realize that he's not invincible. Like, blow out his kneecaps. He ain't getting back up.
Yeah.
Blow out his elbows. I mean, he'll regenerate, but I mean, you get away.
Why not just, like, tear him apart, basically, after blowing his kneecaps out?
Because he's regenerated from that, too.
Yeah, but then trap him in something where his regeneration it gets all fucked up to the point where he can't escape or anything.
Well, we don't know if that would work or not.
Okay, Freddy.
Freddy's real easy. Okay, here's the thing about Freddy Krueger, okay?
Don't sleep.
No. Freddy Krueger's biggest weakness is something that he tells people every time he attacks them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in your dream. It's your dream, and I'm in it. It's your dream, which means you literally control your dream.
Like that comic book nerd that realized it was his dream and started whooping ass, and somehow he got the upper hand. But let's not talk about that part.
Well, the reason is because Freddy turned it around on him. But here's the thing, like, okay, Freddy Krueger enters your dream, so the first thing you do is you dream that you're invincible to anything Freddy Krueger can do to you.
Or you dream up Kyle's magic pants.
That's what my second thing was going to be, because here's the other thing. The other thing, folks, anything that happens in that dream happens in real life. Which means if I imagine myself with my magic pants and beat Freddy Krueger to death inside my dream because I'm going to take away his immortality, when I wake up, I will have my magic pants. Speaking of magic pant wishes, Aladdin, one of my favorite movies of all time, has some of my favorite Disney songs of all time. Prince Ali, You Got a Friend in Me, A Whole New World.
Wait.
A Friend in Me is
that's Toy Story.
Oh no, sorry.
That's Toy Story.
The one with the genie.
Friend Like Me.
Friend Like Me. Sorry, Friend Like Me.
I know it's so close.
It's close. I'm sorry, that was on me.
It's okay.
No, it to this day, it's my favorite Disney movie. The only movie that even comes close to it is The Lion King,
Number one.
which is Hakuna Matata, baby.
Nope. Circle of Life.
The Circle of Life.
Hakuna Matata.
Circle of Life.
Hakuna Matata.
There's a lion there. He is.
Let's
Shush.
do the vote. Ready? Ahem. Hakuna Matata. Hands in the air.
By the way, that's 2.
Circle of Life. Hands in the air. Nope.
That's
one person.
1.
And the winner is, of course, Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase.
But if
Stop.
you translate,
Stop.
if you translate the beginning of Circle of Life, the literal lyrics are, "There's a lion, there he is."
Yeah, so it's just stupid then, huh?
It's funny.
You know what else is funny? The fact that they somehow hid Nazi propaganda in that movie.
I know.
They literally have a scene where Scar is singing, "Be prepared," and
That's
the
actually one of my
hyenas,
favorite songs.
and the hyenas are goose stepping.
Yeah, it's obvious that it's
Yeah.
Nazi
Yeah, but a lot of people didn't catch on like that.
Really?
Yeah,
Like a lot of people didn't catch on to the dick on the Little Mermaid movie cover.
yeah. Well, how about the fact that people didn't realize that the
I have
movie?
a buddy that has the original movie case
that the movie promotes incest.
Incest is the best. Put it to the test.
I mean, think about it. Nala is his half-sister.
Yeah.
So he fucked his half-sister. And now that his father's gone, it's up to him to get aunts, uncles, and half-sisters. Congratulations!
Yeah.
Or, sorry, aunts, sisters, mom.
And cousins.
And cousins. He has to fuck his own mom. In case you guys didn't realize this, the whole point of a male lion is to produce young through all the female members of his pride. Which means every female in his pride. It's not selective.
Regardless of where their stature is.
Yeah. So, sorry to throw this at you, but Nala, half-sister. His mom banged her. Cousins banged them.
And where does Kovu fall in that in the second one?
Is it Kovo Scar's child?
No, actually, he's not.
Well, he's not Simba's child.
Exactly.
But he's from the pride that Scar controlled.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the father was the one that Scar killed to take over.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't change the fact that his daughter is actually his and his half-sister's child.
Yeah.
Childhood ruined.
I already knew all that.
Yeah, not everyone else did, though.
No.
Like The Little Mermaid. Here's something for you.
In the original story, she dies.
In the original story, she drowned him and then died.
I thought she
No,
drowned.
he didn't.
I thought she drowned him and then.
Oh no,
turned into
he drowned himself after she died.
Yeah.
Oh right.
Yep, let that one sit in your brain.
That's the one where she turns into bubbles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she turns into bubbles and dies.
And then in his mourning, he throws himself into the sea.
Because he's an idiot.
Well, he's not an idiot. He was fooled. And no offense, folks, when I was growing up, I would have banged Ursula like a kettle drum. I would have. Oh, man.
Ursula wasn't
Is
that
it bad that I
looking.
wanted to be Ursula?
No, nothing wrong with that. Ursula, in my opinion, Ursula was one. She was a very sexually drawn character. I know she was drawn to be a larger woman, but I mean, face facts: large breasts, revealing outfit, wanting
Drag queen makeup.
to grab and hold on to anything she could. I mean, she was basically feeling up the Little Mermaid while she was holding on to her. That was hot. I mean, there's not many Disney princesses out there that I'd want to be with, other than like Jasmine. And think about it this way: can you name any Disney princes?
Because I don't give a fuck. That's my answer.
Go on, name a Disney prince.
Philip.
Who?
Philip.
Who?
From the Sleeping Beauty movie.
Well, did you know that originally he didn't have a name?
Yeah, I did.
And originally his name was supposed to be Prince Charming.
Yeah, that went to Cinderella, though.
Yeah. So he actually doesn't exist because...
Wait, what's the prince's name in Snow White?
Once again, go with that one. Think about that. How many Disney princesses can you name?
Almost all of them.
Just stop. Now how many Disney princes can you name?
Like 5.
Okay,
I'm
name
waiting.
them.
Okay. Naveen from
Speak
Princess
up.
the Frog. I said
He wasn't a real
Naveen.
prince.
Yes, he was.
No, he
Wasn't considered a real prince.
Nope. There were no princes in that time.
He was a prince from another country.
Yeah, but he wasn't considered a prince in that country.
Oh.
In fact, not only that, but he never returns to his kingdom.
Okay. Eric,
From,
Little Mermaid.
okay, a one.
So Eric from Little
Charming
Mermaid.
from Cinderella.
He doesn't count
Why?
because his kingdom was never mentioned.
Neither was Eric's.
Actually, his has a name. His entire kingdom not only has a name, but has a commodity, people. Not so easy now, is it?
How about the Prince of Thieves?
How about this one? How about Prince Ali?
Prince Ali.
Wasn't technically a true prince.
Well, actually, let's get technical here for a second. In order for Prince Ali to exist, and in order for the genie to make it work, he had to do two things.
He had to create a
One,
real
he had to turn him into a prince, and two, he had to give him something to be a prince over.
And he did.
And it never went away. Aladdin never wished the kingdom away.
Oh.
Which means somewhere out there, the kingdom owned by Prince Ali still exists.
Okay.
So technically, Aladdin is a Disney prince.
Okay.
Which is really scary, because if you think about it, one of these days, they're going to come looking for him.
Why weren't you taking care of us?
Yeah. This Jafar guy showed up. Not so easy, is it?
Hold on. Oh, what the heck's the guy's name from Frozen? The one with the 7 brothers.
He was a duke.
No, he was
Difference.
Prince.
No, he was a duke.
He was a duke.
No, there's the Duke of Whistleton. He was a prince.
He wasn't a prince.
Yes, he was.
He was well a duke.
He
They
wasn't
were
a
all
prince
dukes.
because he wasn't a prince because he was marrying into her family.
Okay.
He was a duke. Because if it had been the other way around, she would have been marrying into his family.
Which meant he was the prince.
Yes. And even if they're both of royal stature, the female always marries into the male. Even if they would become king and queen of both kingdoms. I love the look on her face. She's trying really hard. And so far she said she could name 5.
Simba. Ha.
Doesn't count.
Yes, he does.
Actually, Simba's not a king. He was never announced as king. He never went through any royal proclamation. In fact, in The Lion King 2, he's never mentioned as a king either.
Nor 3. There was a 3, wasn't there?
I try not to imagine if there was.
It was, but it wasn't. It was actually Lion King 1.5.
Oh, wasn't that the one of the story of Pumbaa and Timon?
Yeah, Timon and Pumbaa.
That was technically not even 1.5.
I'd also like to point out the fact
that was more like 1, and 1 was 2, and 2 was.
We've spent 7 minutes so far on this. Not so easy.
She's still trying to figure out princes, guys. Give her a minute.
Yeah, but you know what the best part is? I bet you she can name dozens of Disney princesses.
Of course.
Here's one for you. Here's a Disney princess for you. Princess Leia.
Yeah.
She's now officially a Disney princess.
And since Disney bought Fox, so is Anastasia.
Yes, she is. What about the world's most sexual transvestite? From the Rocky Horror Picture Show. The first truly loved Disney queen.
I agree with that.
I fully take that one to the grave. Rocky Horror Picture Show for the win. Oh! Speaking of while she's still thinking back there, how about Lion-O from Thundercats?
Was he considered a prince?
He was a lord. He wasn't a prince. He was more of a king.
Okay. But at one point he had to be a prince to become a king.
Flynn Rider from Rapunzel be a prince and she's still a princess and he married her?
Well, technically, yes.
Got one!
But
what
we're talking about is people who were born princes.
Oh.
Which would be, Rapunzel would be a princess, but he was married in, so he would be considered a duke.
Okay.
Which is, once again, the whole thing I'm throwing out there. I mean, he would still have power and everything, but it'd be her word. Since it's a Disney movie, you know it's going to happen.
Well, they already had the wedding. They made it a little...
Yeah, I know, but I mean, even during the wedding and everything like that, he would still be considered underneath her.
Yeah.
By Disney logic. Because for some strange reason...
By any real logic, anyway.
No, because remember, back in the medieval times, males made the rules. Unless, of course, you're someone like Catherine the Great who decided that, hey, husband, you want to tell me what to do? I'll fucking have you drawn and quartered. We're doing things my way. Mother Russia says I win, bitch.
Going over every Disney movie.
She's trying so hard. She's trying. Her brain is literally throbbing in her skull right now, folks.
Is that smoke I see?
Oh, I can smell something burning, and it ain't me.
Ain't me, that's for sure.
All right, what else do we have? So let's move away from that while she's thinking.
Let's talk about Doug.
Doug? Okay, we can talk about Doug. Doug was such a funny show. It was one of my brother's favorites, actually, growing up.
Who was your favorite character?
I love
Patty
Skeeter.
Oh, you stole a favorite character. I was gonna say Skeeter too.
I loved Skeeter, but you know who?
Although I
Mayonnaise.
did like the bully.
Roger Klotz.
Yes.
But
he had that awesome hair, and of course I loved my lever back in the day when I was a kid. So, of course I had the Rock.
But you can't beat the fact that Doug had Quail Man, with all the powers of a quail, which meant I could shoot him with a shotgun and have a delicious meal. With the quail eye. Beep.
My favorite was Patty Mayonnaise.
Patty Nanny.
Well, seeing as she was basically one of only 3 named female characters in the entire show, one being Doug's mom, and the other one being Patty's purple-haired friend.
And Doug's sister.
Doug had a sister?
Yeah.
I don't remember Doug having a sister.
Only in one episode did they show it though.
She must not have been a common character. What about Rugrats? With Tommy, Phil and Lil, Chucky and Angelica?
Yep, Angelica with... Oh, what the heck's the name of the doll?
I don't know. That wasn't really an important plot part for me. Reptar
Listen,
was.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. The only thing I remember is Reptar, okay?
Spot. The dog.
Yeah, well, my favorite episode I can remember vividly was when they got trapped in the toy store. And the robot monkey was chasing after them, and they turned on Reptar, and Reptar's like, "Roar! I am Reptar!" And they like bumped into each other. It's like, "Get him, Reptar! Kick his ass!" Well, they didn't really say that part, but you could imagine, like, yeah.
You know what I forgot about until just now? Popeye.
Oh, Popeye the Sailor Man. Now, are we gonna talk?
Spinach from a can.
Which somehow he miraculously was able to pop open with just the pressure of his fist that he needs to win a fight. Listen, folks, if you can grab on a solid can of spinach, crack the sucker open and launch it 30 or 40 feet in the air and then catch it in your mouth, you don't need the spinach to kick somebody's arse. Just grab them with that hand.
Let's face it, he just wanted to overbeat them.
Yeah, that was overkill. That's what that was. Oh, God, that picture right there. The Trolleys radio. What was that thing called?
Trolleys radio show sing along.
Oh my! It's just it just terrifies me. There's a spiked club in the background.
It was more closer to the original '80s.
It's a spiked club.
Toy trolls.
No, it isn't.
And
Look at their hair.
They sang.
Their hair isn't standing straight up.
A lot of theirs were.
I don't see it here. I don't see it here. See this?
Certain characters.
See this?
There's a few certain characters I did it to separate them so you can tell them apart a little bit better.
See that right there?
That's Pong.
See? Its hair isn't standing up either. What are you going to say about that, huh?
But they would sing...
You know what was closer to the Trolls?
Songs.
Dragon Ball Z was closer to the Trolls. At least the Saiyan's hair stood straight up.
You could have brushed the trail.
I always found it funny when they were powering up into Super Saiyan mode.
Yeah.
That it looked like they were on the shitter.
Anytime they were powering up, they were on the shitter. By the way,
are you okay?
I'll be honest with you. While they were powering up, I think that'd be the time where I would run forward and kick them square in the nuts as hard as I could.
Oh, yeah.
In fact...
Or shoot them with a tranquilizer dart and just power up yourself.
Just throwing it out there, my favorite of the characters was from one of the movies, was Android 13. He was the guy with the trucker hat. My favorite part is where he grabs Goku's leg, cocks back that super-powered arm, and just nails him in the balls. Now, a lot of people say, oh, he actually punched him in the stomach. No.
You nailed him in the balls.
That fist hit him in the nuts.
That hit him in the balls.
That's why he transformed out of Super Saiyan. You get hit in the nuts that hard, you have lost it. The battle is over.
I'm surprised that he got hit so hard, I'm surprised it didn't go past the fact that he went out of Super Saiyan.
You don't see the episode where he's in a wheelchair. Because the sensu beans didn't work.
Punch so hard, sensu beans don't even work. He needs a sensu shake.
Oh, he needs a sensu massage. He just needs to be ground up and rubbed there.
Oh, shit.
How about Eureka's Castle? Everyone remember that show? That was a Nickelodeon show.
I think I watched it once.
Ooh, how about the Elephant Show? Skiddly, the Ninky Doo, skiddly, Ninky Doo.
Now that you mention that,
I sang that to him last night.
Now that you mention that song, I do remember it, but
I remember from something else, but that's besides the point.
How about Legend of the Hidden Temple?
I wanted to be on that show so bad.
As long as you weren't a member of the Blue Barracudas, you were fine.
Yeah.
Statistically, they never won a game.
Nope.
It might have been, I think it was the Blue Barracudas. One of the teams, no matter what game it was, they did not win. They lost every time.
Why?
I don't know. They said the color was cursed or something like that.
Yeah, it was the blue ones.
The Blue Barracudas, because like every time the Blue Barracudas were up, they lost. They never made it through any of the episodes. They never made it through.
Well, like there was a censor, and there's like Blue Barracudas better make them lose.
No, they just couldn't do it.
The same way with Double Dare. The Red family always won.
Yeah.
Because blue is associated with sadness, and red is anger, and I guess they wanted anger to win.
You know what? An anchor to win? The original Goosebumps TV show.
I miss Goosebumps.
Can anyone tell me that they didn't think that dog was freaky when its eyes turned yellow? Am I the only one?
I closed my eyes when I knew that part was coming up.
Closing eyes. Ah! How about Are You Afraid of the Dark? For the Midnight Society, I present TMOG and the horrible TV show.
Yes, yes indeed.
How about the original Whose Line Is It Anyway? The one from Britain.
I don't know if I watched that one.
I never watched that one. I only watched the one, was it Drew Carey?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys didn't see the good ones then. Oh yeah, my shirt says shenanigan mode on. How about the original Dragon Ball show?
Oh, I remember that.
Where Goku once beat a ninja by sticking a pole into the ground and the pole going up the ninja's ass.
Listen, I remember the episode where he meets Bulma, and Bulma basically is what the kids call nowadays a ratchet. And basically, if you give me the Dragon Ball, I'll give you this, and lifts up her skirt.
Goku's like, I don't need any underwear, just like walks away from her. The best scene was the one that they removed from the United States, where Goku goes and falls asleep on Bulma's lap, because he did it with his grandfather all the time, but he realizes there's nothing there. So he turns around and starts patting the area, and then he pulls down her panties to see and asks her where it went.
I actually think I saw that before.
And then she freaked out, and he goes, "Is that why you want the Dragon Balls?" Like, he became upset. He's like, "Dude, I'll help you if that's what you need back."
I would have used it against him if that was the case.
Well, she was pissed at the fact that he pulled down her panties.
Well, she did offer him earlier.
Well, she doesn't understand Goku. You know,
yeah.
No one understands Goku. Even to this day, no one understands Goku.
I know someone that does.
You?
Oh wait, never mind. They don't exist. Try and pull that you shit, babe. How about gargoyles? Now that was a show.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. Even to this day, when I hear Goliath's voice, I get a tingly feeling in my pants where it's not supposed to be. There was just something about his voice.
I actually had a sneak to watch that show. My mom wouldn't let me watch it.
Really?
Yep.
If I remember correctly, they were Goliath, Hudson was the old one, Brooklyn was the red one, Broadway was the fat one, Lexington was the green one.
That was the small guy, right?
Yeah. Fang was the dog, and then I can't remember what the detective's name was.
You missed the chick.
I didn't. She doesn't exist. Freaking Demona.
She does too exist.
No, she doesn't. She's a bitch.
And?
She was the bitch of the group.
She was the betrayer, too!
Although, when she did turn evil, she did suddenly become more badass.
Exactly.
She was always evil!
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What about Street Sharks? Awesome!
Okay.
It's time for a feeding frenzy!
I hated that show.
Oh, of course you did.
She hates every good show.
What about the original Power Rangers? Go, go, Power Rangers!
Da-na-na. Okay.
I still think to this day the original Megazord was the most badass Zord.
Oh, fuck.
And the fact that they never took out the mistake makes me smile to this day. You see, what happened was, in the original scene where they first had the Megazord, the guy inside the suit was left-handed. So when they called in the Megazord, you always see him reach for it with his left hand, and then stop and then grab it with his right hand. They never took it out because he was originally going to grab it with his left hand and pull it up. And then he stopped himself. That's what I love about it. He was originally left-handed. It's great. He's like Link. To this day, no one realized that Link was the first left-handed character.
Oh.
Even look at the original...
No wonder why I liked Zelda.
Yeah, even if you look at Link in the original game, he always swung with his left hand. Shield was in the right, weapon was in the left. And it's never changed. The entire game series, Link has been left-handed.
I never noticed.
And now you will. Now you will. Now you'll look and you'll realize it.
How about Castlevania?
Oh, which one? Oh, God, they're all horrible. I hate them all.
Game Boy version. Let's go with the Game Boy
And the
version.
reason I hate them all is because I love them all. They're those games that are as frustrating as possible without being overly frustrating. You always have to walk around. You always have to walk... Oh, she's making a run for it.
Okay.
Up, destroying things as she goes.
I did not want to do that.
Just destroying things as she goes.
I'm sorry.
And hey, I'm the one called KaijuK, damn it. Not you, me.
She's gonna steal your name.
Don't steal my name. They took my baby.
They stole me job.
A dingo ate my baby.
You know, it's fucked up that story turned out to be true.
I know, and she went to jail for it and everything. Oh, could you imagine?
Goes to jail for it. Turns out to be true, and then everyone's like, oh, now we feel like shit.
Yeah, and now we have to let her go. Realize that she was a tourist from another country who we've left in jail for 5 years. And now what do we do? Do we?
There's no way to pay that back.
No.
There's no way to pay back 5 years of your life that you were innocent for.
Yep. Not only that, but being blamed for something as heinous as murdering your own child.
Oh yeah.
You know she got destroyed in the slammer.
Mm-hmm.
You know people were beating the crap out of her. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of stuff is just not cool.
All right. Since Mega Man's on the thing,
Oh,
let's talk about Mega
Super
Man.
Fighting Robot. Do Mega Man. I remember the TV show and I remember playing the video games.
TV show?
Yeah. You didn't know about that?
I never got to watch it.
I'll show you a clip after this. It's awesome.
All right.
In the show, Mega Man would grab onto one of the robot masters and gain their power that way. But once again, he never kept them, which was something that always peeved me off about Dr. Light. Dr. Light, you know, Wily's just gonna send them after me again. Why don't you just leave the power in me so I have a chance of fighting them again? No, Mega Man, you're built for peace. No, I'm not. I literally have an arm cannon. You didn't build me for peace. You built me to shoot people. Everything okay? Rebel, everything okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good?
You look like you were in pain. You gotta help me here.
Well, my
The only time I like to see people in pain is when I'm causing it.
my elbow hit that bottle. That's what there is.
Oh, okay. Don't worry, I'll clean that up later. No worries.
I did it!
Yay! What about Zatch Bell? I really wanted that TV show to go further.
I really did too, especially since, you know, I didn't get to watch much of it when I was young, but when I first started watching it, I was hooked.
I'll give you the channel where you can watch the whole thing for free.
I have it.
Oh, do you?
Crunchyroll.
I already have Crunchyroll, bro.
No. Better than Crunchyroll. I said for
Anime
free.
Tube.
Better than Anime Tube. Uh-oh, she's freaking out here.
I'm guessing these are yours.
Yeah, it's actually hang on, we might slow down a bit here. It's www.watchcartoononline.com.
Oh, I've used that before.
Way better.
Causes problems for our computer.
Yeah.
It's because she probably doesn't do it properly.
Just never does.
Like when she downloaded all that porn and got the virus on her computer.
That's Ira.
No, she can blame it on Ira all she wants. Anyway, let's see. What were some good video games too? Like, okay, I remember most of the Final Fantasies up till like 9 were good.
Yes.
Mortal Kombat, the original. Oh, I got in trouble for that game. I had to go over a friend's house to play it because my parents were protective back in the day.
Those moments where you're trying to figure out the fatality and somehow pull it off.
What about
Beautiful moments in your life.
What about the whole legend of getting to the one bad guy by doing this, and this, and then you unlock the battle? Back in the day when there wasn't internet, trolls like that happened all the time. This is how you fight Smoke. This is how you fight Rain. This is how you get Noob Saibot. I fell for all of them.
There was like 15 types of ways to do it.
Yeah. Beat the entire game.
And the only clue you had was this weird-ass list, too.
Yeah, beat the entire game as Scorpion, without blocking, without taking any damage. Double flawless win with fatalities, on the spike pit, and you got to fight Reptile. Never happened. I tried 1,000,000 times. I tried 1,001 times.
The easiest way to do it is to have a fake thing. Basically have a second controller, and that's the way you did it.
Yeah.
It was retarded, but they were OP anyways.
What about Carmen Sandiego?
I played the game.
Have you ever watched the TV show?
No, but hearing stories from you, it felt like I was watching the show.
Oh, the show was great, but the animated series was awesome. Especially the ending, which nobody was ready for. No one was ready for the ending, and
I
they
forgot the ending.
turns out that I believe, if I remember the ending properly, it turns out the redheaded girl was actually Carmen Sandiego's daughter. Was working for her the whole time. Awesome. Was working for her the whole time. And in the end, yeah, that's what it looked like. Anyways, and in the end, she ends up locking the boy on a ship and sending out an emergency distress, and then she gets up on another ship with her mom, and they drive away.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, but there was supposed to be a season that followed that explained what happened, and it never did.
The kid never got rescued, and it got bombed.
Well, I know that he got rescued because there was a preview to the next season.
They just never made it.
They just never made it. There was a lot of TV shows like that, sadly.
I forget the name of it, but there's a show I used to watch on PBS. It was like these kids that were alive during the American Revolution. It was an animated series.
God damn it, I hate your description!
What?
Wow, that's pretty vague. If anybody has any
kids.
if anybody has any ideas, you tell us. 'Cause that's
The best way to learn math was the one show, shit. It had a bird that had the twirly hat.
The cyber or something?
Cyber.
you guys both got me. I got no clue what you guys are talking about.
There was a nerd, there was a black nerd.
Whoa, racist bitch!
No, she was a black. You're a fucking asshole. It's true though. Wasn't there a fat kid too or something? You're such an asshole, dude. I'm not right. Yeah.
I'm just joking, man. And she's looking it up as we speak. So, how about the magic school bus?
Let's not talk about the trippiness.
That was the badass show. I wish I had Miss Frizzle as a teacher.
I wish I had the bus.
That's what I mean. I could have hijacked it. That thing ran on every...
Well, she was high tripping on something. Of course she could have stole the bus.
No, she wasn't high. She wasn't human. That's what the big consensus is.
You know what the fuck the messed up part is? There's a new one where she apparently it's what her daughter or cousin.
It's her sister.
It's her sister, and she looks almost exactly like her.
Could be a twin.
It's called Hyperspace.
Never heard of it.
Oh,
Cyber Chase.
Never heard of it.
Cyber Chase. Best way to learn math.
When did that come out?
I have no clue.
Early 2000s.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't know it.
I watched a lot of TV as a kid.
I keep forgetting how young you two actually are.
Harvest Moon.
Digimon.
Please, we cannot talk about Harvest Moon.
I just brought it up to see that look on your face.
Don't.
I just brought it up to see the look on your face.
So many days lost. They'll never be brought back.
My chickens!
I am not allowed to play Harvest Moon. I'm not allowed to play Animal Crossing because I have literally lost. I think me and my brother once added up, and if you add up all the days that I played them, I lost like 2 years of my life to just those game series.
And it's fucked up because it's like you're sitting there, you have to restart because all of a sudden all your animals died from a plague or something, or you married the wrong person.
Well, I loved marrying the wrong person. I always looked for that one person that was just like, there's no way she's farm material.
I always tried marrying the witch.
The witch was fun to marry. I always liked, like, you find like that one girl that always had the like I don't care attitude, like whatever. It's like, okay, I'm gonna marry you.
Chibi Robo.
Robo. Oh my god, what an old guy. I love that game.
That was such a great game. Too bad I screwed up on all the Lego pieces.
What about Pikmin?
I never got to play Pikmin, and I always wanted to.
It was a fun game. It was. We'll get that. We'll get you to play that too.
I heard the part where you go into the cave where after a certain amount of time it fills with water. It's a hard.
It is very difficult.
That part's the hardest part of the game, or something like that.
And people will love watching you constantly die to it.
You mean like how they'll love watching me die in Super Hot.
People already love watching you die in Super Hot.
Really?
Did you forget? We've already have that uploaded.
I still gotta finish that.
Yes, you do.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm a little lackluster, and you know.
Don't worry, guys. It's his channel is so much better than ours. That's why he just doesn't show up anymore.
That's not true.
You guys should, in fact, stop watching this right now and just go to subliminalgames.com.
Shut up.
Just watch his. Pretend I don't exist anymore. Now, this is the last episode of TMOG. We're gonna just cancel ourselves. So he can have all the glory.
This is why he's doing it, so he can cancel it and have an excuse.
This is my excuse. It's because of this right here.
It's an excuse. Don't listen to him. Make it so he has to keep the channel running.
I gotta keep the channel running. I owe people it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a true story. I've told people this a million times. I will not quit this channel because I owe it to people.
No matter how many times we've tried quitting and we had to fucking
listen,
convince you to not do it.
I have only ever once almost done it. It was a true story. I was actually sitting there with my finger on the mouse with my button over. I clicked at the close account.
What about that day that I came over and you were so depressed you were about to do it and everything?
That's what I'm talking about.
That was the day I came over?
Yeah, because I had my finger over the yes button. All I had to do was click yes, and this whole channel would have gone away. All I had to do was click yes, and you're just like, "How don't do it?" I could do it right now. It's just, and it would have been over. That's it. That sound. That's all it would have taken.
Yeah, but I convinced them. I don't remember how I convinced them, but I convinced them.
You explained to me that there was better things to do and to go on a walk with you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then we ended up going on a walk, and I came back, and I closed the page out. It was the only time ever. And it's right after a few moments, which I won't bring up because I respect people. It was right after a big fight that happened. A bunch of people got angry. A lot of things were said. A lot of things happened.
Right.
And I was just really depressed. I hit a funk, which was horrible. And I was literally just sitting here just about to delete the entire channel. And Form's like, let's go for a walk. Or Sub, sorry. Sub was like, let's go for a walk. Come on, man. Get your head cleared. We'll go for a walk. You'll enjoy yourself. And I came back and shut it off. If it wasn't for this man right here, I probably would have canceled the channel.
The guy that doesn't show up much.
That's because he got a better channel.
Shut up. I do not have a better channel. It is equal or less.
See, he learned from our mistakes to make his channel better. And that's what that's... Did you just knock over the puppy food? Oh, okay. I thought you knocked over the puppy food. No!
Knocking over everything today, huh?
Oh, shut up.
Oh!
I love you too, babe.
Oh, can you feel the love?
I can feel the... No
Bend
copyright.
over.
Whoa! No. The guys, we're trying PG-13 here, all right?
Hey, babe. Hey, listen. We are rated, but we try to stay PG-13.
Oh, man.
Like my mouth is R-rated, but my mind is PG-13.
Sometimes my mind is rated G. I have moments, folks, where I will just stare at a screen and not do anything for like an hour plus. Be like, well, there's an hour of my life I'm not getting back. Guess I should do something.
I've done that.
Yeah. You should
so many times, and it's usually when it's like you have good games to play, you just don't know what you want to do, and then you're sitting there like looking at YouTube videos. Like, there's good videos on YouTube. I know it, but do I know what I want to watch?
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, then I'll just look at Netflix. Is there anything on here I want to watch? And there's good stuff. It's like, I don't want to watch it, though.
This is true.
It happens.
Or have you ever gone into a YouTube hole where you end up finding really weird videos?
Yes.
Not really.
Plenty of times.
Although
it's usually when I fall asleep and then wake up to some weird-ass shit on YouTube.
I have been watching a lot of Overwatch fan dub comics recently. They get pretty weird.
Yeah, I've seen a few of the weird ones.
Folks, take a chance. When you're done with this, done watching us, go up to the search bar and type in Legend of Jetpack Cat Overwatch cartoon. It is terrifyingly funny. Also, go watch Subliminal's last video. Do I need to bring up the pig?
Or if you want to make fun of my laugh, there's that too.
Yeah, he goes nuts on that one. If you really want to make fun of his laugh, though, you should watch our Sponge of the Month Club episode.
I don't know. Really? Is it much worse on the Sponge of the Club than...
Dude, you were laughing so hard you were trying to run off camera.
Yeah.
That's not true. That's
Dude,
not the reason why you pulled me closer.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, you little bastard. Everyone saw it. And then you sat back here and couldn't stop laughing for like 20 minutes. Even after we were done the recording, you were cracking up. You're like, I didn't believe it, you guys, when you said you were going to bring the hype. And Nick's like, we bring the hype!
Oh my god, did you guys bring the fucking hype?
Oh, and by the way, folks, I hurt myself in that episode. If you watch the episode, you can see the moment where I hurt myself. Because I go from being an overly hyped person to, oh god, here it is. And I started blinking really painfully because I literally tore something in my throat that hurt. Ah. Well, folks, we passed the hour mark. As much as I want to continue laughing and having joy and a good time, I have work in the morning.
Oh, jeez.
Now I have to wake up extra early so I can go pick up...
Oh, wait, so do I. I have work in the morning, too.
Want to switch?
Sure. Oh, wait, no. Do I get your pay?
Yeah, well, we can discuss it.
Okay. Maybe then.
But tomorrow might be a full 12-hour shift, so... Oh, not my little ocelot. No. No, Cody, get your nose out of here. Cody, get your little nosy out of here. I can't fight it. No. Found it.
Okay.
Yep. No! I got it from a Minecraft box.
Oh, I did know ocelot.
It's a little ocelot. I hate ocelots in the game. Ah! Oh jeez, I just realized what I was doing. This is why I'm glad we don't have the camera up, because I was just going ah! At my face with a little Lego-looking ocelot. Oh,
Asshole.
an ocelot. And this right here, this is apple pie bolo. I got this from a friend at work. It will never be opened. I'm keeping it fully sealed.
Is that a drink?
Yeah.
Oh, it's alcoholic.
Yeah, it's supposed to help you when you have a cold.
Yeah, so is whiskey, rum, vodka.
Everything helps except for beer.
All alcohol helps. You drink enough of it, you don't feel sick anymore because you're unconscious.
Well, no, that stuff tastes better warm too.
Yeah, well, unless you ask Necro, in which case he prefers it cold,
Yeah,
because he's wrong in the head.
he is.
He's not even watching. He won't even watch it, so it won't even matter. But, guys, say anything you want about Necro right now. He'll never hear it.
When am I gonna get in the hot tub?
There's one. How about you?
When can I take your sword home?
Okay, that's not his. That's one of the boys.
Oh,
I'm stealing your gummy worms.
That works too. Well, folks,
we have gummy ones.
next week.
I don't care. I want his gummy worms. Yeah, you're right.
Next week we will be bringing up a live stream. It's actually going to be a strange one because the live stream is actually going to be pointing towards the 3 videos or more that we're going to make previously to that, showing off the actual Hearthstone decks. And then we're going to discuss why we made them. But until then, folks, I'm KaijuK.
I'm Subliminal.
And I'm Rebel Vanity.
And we will see you all in the future. Peace out, everybody. Guys,
Oh, Tri-Tail. Tri-Quail.
want to say goodbye?
Bye.
Dogtail.
There we go.
Bye.
Such dedication to the art form, eh, ladies and gentlemen?
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Chicken
what are you
nuggets?
talking about?